Hi everyone, today we are going to be on lesson 24 and we're going to read A Tree is a Plant. But first, let's go over the words to know. Find your book, go to page 116 and find number 1 where it says ready in the blue. Ready. We are ready to pick apples. Number 2. Country. We live in the country. Go to the next page. Find 3. Soil. We planted flowers in the soil. Find number 4. Kinds. There are many kinds of butterflies here. Number 5. Earth. She covers the seeds with earth. 6. Almost. The apples are almost ripe. Find 7. Covers. Pollen covers the bee. Now find the last one, 8. Warms. The oven warms our apple pie. Warms. Ready? Turn the page. We are going to look at the sequence of events. Many selections tell about things in the order in which they happen. The order is called the sequence of events. Think about what happens first, next, and last as you read. You can use a flow chart to keep track of the sequence of events. When you write about the sequence, you would write first, next, and last. Go to page 119 at the top in the green. Preview the topic. Life cycle. A seed is planted. A small plant sprouts up. It grows bigger and bigger. Then beans grow on the plant. Inside the beans are more seeds that can be planted. This is the life cycle of a bean plant. Every living thing has a life cycle. You will read about the life of an apple tree in A Tree is a Plant. Find genre in the blue. Informational text gives you facts. As you read, look for information and facts in the words. Pictures that show details about the real world. Now find Meet the Author. Clyde Robert Bullough. Clyde Robert Bullough lived on a farm and went to a one-room school. He loved to read and write, but he also had to do chores. When he was 10 years old, Clyde entered an essay contest and won a prize. When he grew up, he wrote many books for children. Meet the illustrator, Stacy Chouette. As a child, Stacy Chouette loved to ride her horse Snorky and be able to observe nature. She puts a lot of what she remembers in her drawings and paintings. A Tree is a Plant by Clyde Robert Bullough, illustrated by Stacy Chouette. While we read, we keep in mind our essential questions. What happens to a tree as it grows? A tree is a plant. A tree is the biggest plant that grows. Most kinds of trees grow from seeds, the way most small plants do. There are many kinds of trees. Here are a few of them. How many do you know? So let's go from left to right and look and find a maple tree, a conifer tree, the persimmon tree, in the back palms, in the front lemon, and in the back again willow. Turn the page. This tree grows in the country. It might grow in your yard too. Do you know what kind it is? This is an apple tree. This apple tree came from a seed. The seed was small. It grew inside an apple. Have you ever seen an apple seed? Ask an adult to help you cut an apple in two. The seeds are in the center. They look like this. Turn the page. Most apple trees come from seeds that are planted. Sometimes an apple tree grows from a seed that falls on the ground. The wind blows leaves over the seed. The wind blows soil over the seed. All winter the seed lies under the leaves in the soil. All winter the seed lies under the ice and snow and is pushed into the ground. Spring comes, rain falls, the sun comes out and warms the earth, the seed begins to grow. At first, the young plant does not look like a tree. The tree is very small. It is only a stem with 2 leaves. It has no apples on it. A tree must grow up before it has apples on it. Each year the tree grows. It grows tall. In 7 years it is so tall that you can stand under its branches. In the spring there are blossoms on the tree. Spring is apple blossom time. The blossoms last only a few days, then they fall to the ground. Now there are green leaves on the trees. Among the leaves are small apples. The apples are where the blossoms were before. The apples are green, and they are almost too small for you to see. The apples grow slowly. They grow all during the spring and summer. In the fall they are large and ripe. They are ready to eat. We can see the apples and the leaves on the branches. We can see the branches growing out of the trunk. We can see the trunk growing out of the ground. We can see the bark of the tree. The bark covers the branches and the trunk like a coat. But there is part of the tree we cannot see. Can you think of what that might be? If you guessed roots, you're right. We cannot see the roots. They are underground. Some of the roots are large. Some of them are as small as hairs. The roots grow like branches under the ground. A tree could not live without roots. Roots hold the trunk in the ground. Roots keep the tree from falling down when the wind blows. Roots keep the rain from washing the tree out of the ground. Roots do something more. They take water from the ground. They carry the water into the trunk of the tree. The trunk carries water to the branches. The branches carry the water to the leaves. Hundreds and hundreds of leaves grow on the branches. The leaves make food from water and air. They make food when the sun shines. The food goes into the branches. It goes into the trunk and the roots. It goes to every part of the tree. Fall comes and winter is near. The work of the leaves is over. The leaves turn yellow and brown. The leaves die and fall to the ground. Now the tree is bare. All winter it looks dead, but the tree is not dead. Under its coat of bark, the tree is alive. Spring comes again. Rain falls. The sun warms the earth, the tree blossoms, and new leaves grow. As long as it lives, the apple tree grows. As long as it lives, the apple tree blossoms. In the spring, and apples grow on it. When do you like apple trees best? In the spring when they're covered with blossoms? In the summer when they're covered with leaves? In the winter when they're bare, or in the fall when they're covered with apples? Thanks for listening today. I'll see you again tomorrow.